is this still the best option going into 2025? Hey guys, how's it going? Justin here from Walts, and today we're taking a look at Samsung's flagship premium OLED, the S95D. We got a lot to cover, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. Now, the S95D comes in 3 different sizes. You get that 55-inch, 65-inch, and 77-inch, which is what we're looking at today. In terms of size of the 77-inch, it comes with a width of 67.6 inches, a height of 41.3, and a depth of 11.3. That's with the stand, and it weighs about 88 pounds. So it's a little bit heavier. Obviously, I think that's because of the stand. But if you're looking for the dimensions for the other sizes, I'll leave that here. You can take a screenshot, and hopefully that helps you later. Now, something new with the S95D is their new matte finish anti-glare screen, which honestly, I was surprised at just how much glare this could really take away. I put some lights right next to the screen, and typically on a panel, you'd see a ton of glare. But with the matte screen, it took almost all of it out, which is insane because the lights were very, very close. The rest of the TV is made of this graphite-looking silver black color. Super, super sleek, and with its ultra-thin profile, I just think this TV is very cool to look at. It has a slim yet quite sturdy stand, which in this case, I think it's very necessary just because of how thin the TV is. It needs some support, but there's kind of 2 reasons why I like it. 1, obviously the looks, and 2, the functionality. It comes with 3.35 inches of clearance. So if you plan on putting any of Samsung's soundbars, right under your TV, it's not going to block the screen, which I think some people don't realize if they're buying big, bulky soundbars, which we'll talk about some soundbar stuff later. I also want to point out that the One Connect is a little bit different this year. Instead of coming and sliding back on that stand, it's actually going to be mounted on the back of the TV. Now, you don't have to do this, obviously. If you want to set it behind the TV, you can, or if you want to hide it in an entertainment center. I just honestly like One Connect boxes because you can put those components into something else. And also, too, what most people don't realize is that it allows you to not have to run power to the wall right behind the TV. It could be at the bottom with the entertainment center. Now, something that particularly draws a lot of people to the S95D is the super ultra wide viewing angles. And I am not exaggerating when I say that. They are super wide, and you practically lose no color or clarity from any angle of the TV. This makes it for a great TV if you're entertaining in a large space where you have, multiple areas where you can watch TV from. I just think this TV is probably the best when it comes to that, at least that I've seen. And not only just the viewing angles, but the actual picture quality itself. It has features like Quantum HDR OLED Plus, Neural Quantum Processor 4K, Pantone Validated Colors OLED Motion Accelerator. It also has HDR10 Plus, which OLED with HDR10 Plus, and the fact that it's a QD-OLED, it makes sense why this TV looks so good. Now, something that not a lot of people talk about, but I always like to mention, and personally something I'm a fan of, is the operating system. I think Samsung's done a great job with their Tizen operating system, and this comes with the most upgraded version of that, and it runs really, really smoothly, and that's going to be because of the processor that they have in this TV, the NQ4 AI Gen 2 processor. It feels really, really smooth when switching between apps, typing in passwords. Just overall functionality of the TV is very premium, something that you don't get with an entry model. Now, as far as gaming, if you're a gamer, this is the ultimate gaming TV for you. The S95D can deliver 4K at 144 Hz, which is just absolutely insane. It does have 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, so it doesn't matter which one you plug your Xbox into, you're going to get that 120 frames per second no matter what. And you're also going to get help from features like VRR and AMD FreeSync Premium Pro, which eliminates screen tearing and stuttering. It's not super common that I see that problem in premium TVs because the processor is just that much better, but something that might make the difference for you is the response time. And I mean, it has less than a millisecond response time, super, super accurate. If you have a controller, you're not going to feel that lag like you would with a cheaper TV. Also, something that's cool with Samsung QLED TVs is the fact that they come with Game Hub built in. And if you're not familiar with what Samsung Game Hub is, essentially it's a cloud Xbox, so you can play Xbox games without actually connecting a physical Xbox, which is crazy to think about. And it's not 4K at 120 frames because you need a source that can do that, but it's something. And if you're a casual gamer or you haven't bought an Xbox yet, it's a good way to get your feet wet. And all you need for that is a Bluetooth gaming controller. We did do a video on this, so I'll link that here if you want to check that out and learn more about that feature. Oh, and also if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Now, let's talk connections. Like you might have heard me say earlier, it has 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, one of those being an HDMI ARC. And surprisingly, it has 3 USB ports. I wasn't expecting that. Obviously, Ethernet, optical for your soundbars and receivers, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity. It does come with that One Connect, like I mentioned earlier, which I like for the cable management. And also, if you're not connecting via Ethernet, it does have Wi-Fi 6, so it's going to feel a lot smoother and be more future-proof for those of you who are using Wi-Fi as your main connection. I also want to mention that this TV is going to integrate and be very compatible with your Amazon Home or Google Home systems. Overall, something that, I am not personally huge into, but because it's available, some people are going to really appreciate that. It does come with a remote. It's just the basic Samsung Solar remote that we've seen over the last couple of years. What's cool about it is that it takes charge from the sun and you don't ever really have to charge it. And if you do, there is a USB-C port on the bottom. I do recommend if you're picking one of these TVs up that just to charge it when it comes out of the box anyway, because it is a battery, and if it just sits in a box for, a year or so, being in different manufacturing facilities, it can just come dead. So make sure you plug that in. And if you're having troubles with your Solar QLED remote, just, I'll link this video right here we've done. It's helped a lot of people. I guess the point there is just say goodbye to your batteries. Now, I want to talk about audio as well. I think the S95D is up there for TV audio. It has some impressive features like Dolby Atmos for immersive 3D sound, object tracking plus 4.22 channel system, which delivers 70 watts of power, and Q Symphony is a feature that you get if you pair this with a Q level soundbar, which I personally love this feature. We've done a video on it. I'll make sure to link that right there. But essentially, this combines your TV speakers and your soundbar speakers together to give you an even more immersive experience. If you already have a Samsung soundbar or Samsung TV and you're, trying to figure out which one you want, I just pair them together because you get that feature. Now, if you haven't looked into getting a soundbar, I highly recommend you do. Sound is 50% of the experience, if not more, and don't just take my word for it. So did George Lucas. He said the same kind of thing. And, if you don't believe me, listen to this clip of high-quality video with low-quality audio and then low-quality video with high-quality audio, and you just tell me which one is more tolerable.
So this is an example of amazing video quality with terrible audio quality. Let's switch and see what sounds better.
Now, our video quality has decreased, but our audio quality has gone through the roof. Major improvements. What do you guys think? So, yeah, people don't really think about audio because TVs have just gotten so good, so fast, so cheap, and it's just kind of been a forgotten thing, but they've gotten so thin that, you need a soundbar if you want any sort of good audio experience. And if you're looking for suggestions, I think for a premium TV, you got to pair it with a premium soundbar. So, the 990D is super cool. I'll link that here. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more budget friendly, maybe a little bit more slick, I did just do a video on the 700, the S700. That thing was awesome. So tons of options, and check the description if you want to learn more about soundbars. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video. This TV is just so impressive, and when you compare it to the competitors at this price point, it's hard to not love what Samsung is offering. And not only with this TV, but just their premium TV space in general. Now, if you found this video helpful in any way and you want to directly support me, make sure you guys check out the links down in the description. If you're thinking of picking one of these up or you already have, please share your comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you want to see this TV for yourself, you should come down to our retail store here in Tempe, Arizona. We do have it on display. And as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested, make sure to email me at youtube@walts so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.